They kicked in his door at 3 in the morning. 6 officers. Weapons drawn. Flashlights cutting through the dark. They were so sure they had their man. But the moment one flashlight landed on the wall above his bed, everything stopped. 3 words. Printed in gold letters on a dark jacket hanging there. DEA. Drug Enforcement Administration. The sergeant's radio slipped from his hand. The detective stopped breathing. Because the man they just handcuffed in his own bedroom was the federal agent who had been investigating them for 2 years. The door comes off its hinges with one kick. 6 officers pour in like a controlled flood. Tactical, practiced, rehearsed. Detective Ray Harmon leads the charge. His sergeant, Luis Vega, covers the hallway. Behind them, Captain Gerald Stone watches from the doorway like a general surveying a battlefield he's already won. Marcus Webb wakes up the way soldiers do, instantly, completely. His eyes open before the flashlights find him. His breathing stays controlled. His hands move slowly above the sheets, visible before anyone even demands it. Freeze. Don't move. Hands where we can see them. Marcus doesn't move, doesn't panic, doesn't yell. He just watches. His eyes go to the digital clock first, 3:17 a.m., then to the badge numbers on their uniforms, then to their body cameras. The red recording lights blink steadily. He counts them. 3 cameras. 3 recordings. Good. Vega tears through the bedroom dresser. Harmon yanks open the closet. Stone stands back and lets them work, arms crossed like a man who already knows the ending. Marcus sits upright on the bed in a white t-shirt and shorts. He says nothing. His face shows nothing. But his mind moves like a machine, cataloging, recording, building. Then Harmon's flashlight freezes. On the wall, above a wooden chair in the corner, hangs a dark windbreaker. Gold letters catch the light. DEA. The beam holds there for 4 full seconds. Nobody speaks. Vega turns slowly. Stone uncrosses his arms. Harmon stares at the jacket like it's a loaded weapon pointed directly at his chest. Because it is. The silence lasts exactly 6 seconds before Marcus Webb speaks for the first time. I'd like to see your warrant. His voice is calm. Unhurried. The voice of a man who has been in dangerous rooms before and walked out of every single one. Harmon recovers fast. Trained men usually do. We don't need a warrant for an anonymous drug tip. Anonymous tips don't justify forced entry into a private residence without probable cause. Marcus keeps his hands visible. Keeps his tone even. Professional. You some kind of lawyer? I know the 4th Amendment. Vega laughs, short, sharp, dismissive. We've got a comedian. You have a problem. Marcus looks directly at him. You've exceeded the scope of any legitimate noise complaint investigation. That makes everything you've found or will find inadmissible. Stone steps forward from the doorway. Something shifts in his expression. Not quite concern, but something adjacent to it. Sir, we received credible reports of drug activity at this address. From whom? Anonymous source. Time of report? Stone pauses 1 beat too long. Probable cause documented before forced entry? Another pause. I'm going to need your badge numbers. All 3 of you. Vega takes a step closer. You're not in a position to make demands. Every citizen has the legal right to identify officers conducting a search of their home. Marcus looks at each man in turn. Badge numbers. Now. Harmon's hand moves, almost involuntarily, to cover his badge. The law disagrees with that instinct, detective. His calmness is more unnerving than any resistance would be. These men have arrested hundreds of people. Panicked people. Crying people. Angry people. People who beg, who threaten, who collapse. This man is doing none of those things. He is studying them. Then Harmon finds it. He's searching the nightstand drawer and his hand moves smoothly, too smoothly, and a small plastic evidence bag appears between his fingers before he discovers it in the back of the drawer. Well. He holds it up. White powder catches the flashlight. Look what we have here. Marcus doesn't look at the bag. He looks at Harmon's hands. He saw it. The sleight of hand. The practiced motion. And the hidden recorder in his bedside lamp, running since the door came off its hinges, saw it too. That was just planted. Marcus says it quietly. Factually. The way you'd note the weather. Excuse me? I watched your hand. I watched the angle. That bag was in your palm before you found it in the drawer. The room temperature seems to drop 10 degrees. You're under arrest, Harmon says, his jaw tight. Possession of a controlled substance. Marcus stands slowly, hands still raised. I'm being arrested based on fabricated evidence, he says clearly, facing the body camera on Vega's chest. The officers present conducted an unlawful search without probable cause or warrant. I did not consent to this search. I did not consent to entry. I am noting this for the record. Shut up. I have the right to speak. Marcus doesn't raise his voice. Doesn't flinch when the handcuffs click. This is a false arrest. The evidence was planted. I'm requesting immediate legal counsel and a review of all body camera footage. Stone watches from the doorway. His face, for the first time all night, looks uncertain. The booking desk sergeant looks up from his paperwork when they bring Marcus in. Something in the prisoner's posture makes him pause. He's been doing this 23 years. He knows what guilt looks like. He knows what fear looks like. This man looks like neither. Standard booking procedure begins. Fingerprints. Photographs. Personal property inventory. When the sergeant opens Marcus Webb's wallet, he stops. Federal government employee identification. He types the name into the system. The screen processes the data. Cross-references federal databases. Then it flashes a warning, red, urgent, impossible to ignore. The booking sergeant reads it once. Reads it again. Then looks up at Detective Harmon with an expression that career officers recognize immediately. We have a serious problem. Detective. His voice is careful. Controlled. You need to see this. Harmon approaches the terminal. His eyes move across the screen. The color drains from his face like water from a cracked glass. The system has flagged Marcus Webb as a federal law enforcement officer. 15-year veteran of the Drug Enforcement Administration. Current assignment. Public Corruption Task Force. The same task force that had been quietly, methodically investigating their department for the last 22 months. In interview room 2, Harmon sits across from Marcus and tries one last time. Let's talk about your supplier. I don't have a supplier. The evidence says otherwise. The planted evidence. Yes. Harmon leans forward. Last move of a desperate man. You think you're smarter than us? Marcus leans forward too. Meets his eyes without blinking. I think you've been under federal investigation for 22 months. The air leaves the room. What did you say? Operation Oversight. Marcus says it quietly. Calmly. Like a man reading a grocery list. Systematic evidence fabrication. Unlawful search and seizure. Conspiracy to deprive citizens of their constitutional rights. Civil rights violations under color of law. Pause. Ring any bells, detective? Harmon's chair scrapes backward. He stands up. His hands, Marcus notices, are shaking. Only people on 2 lists know that operation name, Marcus continues. Federal investigators. Another pause. And the targets. Harmon leaves the room without another word. Through the thin walls, Marcus hears it begin. The frantic phone calls, the whispered arguments, the panic spreading through the station like smoke. He waits. He's been waiting for 22 months. He can wait a little longer. At 4:02 a.m., DEA Assistant Director Patricia Cole receives the emergency beacon activation on her secure phone. She's dressed and on the phone to the Federal Rapid Response Team before her feet hit the floor. Marcus Webb's beacon only activates in one scenario, life-threatening danger while undercover. Within 18 minutes, federal vehicles are positioned around the Metro Police Station. Electronic surveillance equipment locks onto internal communications. Officers inside the building, panicked, unaware, talk freely on their radios on their phones to each other. Every word recorded. Every conspiracy documented in real time. She's a federal agent investigating our department. Get her transferred to county before anyone runs her credentials properly. We need to wipe the body cam footage. Equipment malfunction. Cole listens to all of it from the surveillance van. Execute the warrants, she says quietly. Full federal jurisdiction. Now. At 6 a.m. sharp, black SUVs surround Metro Police Station on all 4 sides. Federal agents pour through every entrance simultaneously, tactical, practiced, rehearsed. The same energy that Harmon's team brought to Marcus's apartment 3 hours ago, now reflected back at them tenfold. Director Cole walks through the front doors herself. The station freezes. Federal Bureau of Investigation and Drug Enforcement Administration. This facility is now under federal jurisdiction. All personnel will comply. Stone comes out of his office slowly, hands visible. Director, this is highly irregular. Captain Gerald Stone, you are under arrest for conspiracy to violate civil rights under color of law. The words echo through the station. Vega reaches for his radio. A federal agent is already beside him. Sergeant Luis Vega. Evidence tampering, false imprisonment, conspiracy to obstruct justice. Harmon doesn't reach for anything. He just stands there looking at the front doors as they open one more time. And Marcus Webb walks in. No handcuffs. No orange jumpsuit. His DA windbreaker on his shoulders, federal credentials displayed on his chest. The entire station goes quiet. Cole raises his badge for every officer present to see. Special Agent Marcus Webb. Lead Investigator, Operation Oversight. 15 years of federal service. 22 months undercover in this department. She lets that land. Every illegal search. Every planted drug charge. Every false arrest. Every civil rights violation. She looks at Harmon directly. He documented all of it. Marcus steps forward. His voice carries easily in the silence. 2,100 hours of surveillance footage. 340 recorded conversations. 73 documented evidence plantings. He opens his case file, the real one, and begins reading names. Detective Ray Harmon. 19 confirmed evidence fabrications. 38 illegal searches. 24 constitutional violations. Harmon's knees visibly buckle. Sergeant Luis Vega. 25 evidence tamperings. 33 false arrest reports. Conspiracy to obstruct federal investigation. Vega slumps against the wall. Captain Gerald Stone. Conspiracy to operate a criminal enterprise under color of law. Systematic deprivation of citizens' constitutional rights spanning 11 years. Stone closes his eyes. Federal indictments have been prepared for 21 officers in this department. The number hits the room like a shockwave. Nearly 40% of the force. Federal District Court. The corruption trial of the decade. The verdict forms are read in order. Harmon, guilty on all 19 counts. Sentenced to 22 years federal prison. Vega, guilty. 14 years. Stone, guilty. 18 years. 21 badges surrendered. 21 careers ended. Hundreds of victims. People who'd had drugs planted on them, who'd been falsely arrested, whose homes had been illegally searched, finally seeing justice delivered. After sentencing, Marcus stands on the courthouse steps. Reporters crowd around him. Agent Webb, how long did this investigation take? 22 months undercover. 15 years building the case before that. What does today mean for the community? Marcus thinks before he answers. It means the system can work. It's slow. It's painful. But truth doesn't disappear. He pauses. It waits for the right moment to surface. His phone buzzes. Director Cole's number. Outstanding work, Marcus. We have a new case. Corrections facility. Systematic abuse allegations. Could take years to build. Marcus looks back at the courthouse one final time. I'll take it. Because corruption hides in darkness. But federal agents work in light. And light always wins. You just watched a man outsmart an entire corrupt police department. From inside his own bedroom at 3 a.m. No weapons. No backup. Just 15 years of patience, preparation, and knowing his rights cold. That's the kind of story we bring you every week on this channel. If this hit you, subscribe right now. Hit the notification bell. Because the next story drops in 2 days and it's even bigger. And comment below. What was the moment you realized these officers had made the biggest mistake of their careers? Because for me, it was the jacket.